Mr. Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor, Your Excellencies, Consular Generals from Netherlands, from Finland, and then the World Bank team, as well as the political leaders from the House of Assembly and all other stakeholders. It is my honor once again to welcome all of us to this program. Now, we have taken the opening remarks as well as the welcome remarks. Now we'll be taking some other goodwill messages, and then I'm going to start first from the Deputy Consular General, Consulate of the Kingdom of Netherlands, Ms. Leonie Van Der Stijl, who is coming to give a goodwill message. Please put your hands together for her, please.
I would like to respectfully stand on existing protocol, recognizing in particular Mr. Honorable Governor and his deputy, and the teams within their various agencies for this important summit on circular economy. I have it on personal notice that the organizing teams call themselves Team No Sleep these days. So thank you very much for pulling this together. Standing on existing protocol, while I believe we need to stand less on existing protocols, because we need new protocols for a circular economy. We need new recipes for progress, bold, redesigned business models that can turn trash into a resource. We need change of perspectives and change of expectations. We need firsts. I'd like to congratulate Lagos State for being the first on the African continent to organize this circular economy hotspot. It's important that we have these firsts, because when we zoom out far enough from where we sit today, and you see the world where we have designed an entire system where we draw resources from the environment, we send them to factories, we turn them into products, and then we dump them. And in the way we have currently structured our lives, we are basically taking out loans of the future. These loans, we have no idea how we're going to pay them off yet, because we don't know what our planet looks like in 2050. When we include global warming tipping points, we will hit in the decades to come. Our planet's ecosystem can simply no longer replenish the resources we are using today. And with 70% of Nigerians under the age of 30, the outstanding loans of the future here are exponentially higher, simply because there will be more young people living with more scarcity in the future. And those are the scarcities we are creating today. And our current linear system still allows for shortcuts. Did you know, for example, that 60% of the clothes worldwide are made of plastic? And 99% of those clothes end up on a landfill or incineration. And the worst fact is, 40% of all the clothes in fast fashion industry are never even worn. It makes so much sense to replace linear models of grab, use, and dump with circular models, feeding end-of-life products back into our system. And innovation is one of the reasons I'm still an optimist. We have invented the internet, ladies and gentlemen. I sound like a boomer saying that. We can 3D print bridges. We can build entire houses from trash. And the private sector drives that change. As the Netherlands, we stand by to support not only our Dutch companies here in Nigeria, but also their Nigerian partners and Nigerian ecosystems. For example, when they work to turn waste into energy here in Lagos State. And the latest development, we are currently subsidizing the Dutch company Closing the Loop to work on realizing another first, the first electronic waste recycling facility in Africa, also here in Lagos State. And aside from supporting the circular economy business platform here in Lagos with the circular economy innovation platform, one of the partners of the hotspot today, we also support a number of ecosystems for innovative entrepreneurs to turn their impact ideas into business. And in the last 4 years, we have created 4,000 jobs for youth here in Lagos. And there's more to come. A bit of shakara, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we need to start breaking the patterns of how we have always done things by not standing on existing protocol. Partnerships forged here in the coming days will build more equitable, sustainable, impact business opportunities, and the Netherlands is committed to those partnerships. We will help provide the knowledge and capacity needed for the circular economy roadmap that's currently in the works. And we would also like to take this moment to offer Lagos State to co-design an exchange program focused on building innovation hubs for sustainability. Hubs that can connect the brain power that is flowing out of universities here in Lagos to industry and investment in public-private partnerships. We look forward to an opportunity to co-design an exchange on that. It used to be a major challenge in the Netherlands to connect innovation to industry, but I think we have cracked a nut by building a model with municipalities, the right policies, investors, startup ecosystems, and universities, and we look forward to connecting to Lagos State on that. Finally, practicing what we preach. We look forward to learning from La Cepa's lessons. Dr. Fashoe, I see you in the crowd. Going fully circular with our office here in Lagos, we hope to learn from you and what you have done in your office, and take from those lessons and do the same ourselves. And we hope we can join others into practicing what we preach in our own offices as well. Mr. Governor, Honorable Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor of Lagos State, all circular friends and family today, thank you so much for your attention. I look forward to what this hotspot has to offer. It's more than a conference, it's the actions that flow afterwards, and we are ready to support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is the Deputy Consulate General of the Consulate Kingdom of Netherlands in Lagos State. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you. She talks about waste to energy, waste to recycling, and also helping the state government to create additional 4,000 jobs. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mr. Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor, we also take goodwill message from the Regional Director, UNIDO, Mr. Jim Bakoli. The Regional Director, UNIDO, Mr. Jim Bakoli. I think it needs to be appreciated better. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Osuji Otu. I'm representing the Regional Director of United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO. The Governor of Lagos State, the Deputy Governor, all excellencies here present, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very important occasion, and I want to use this opportunity to say that plastic litter is a major global environmental problem. Its production was drastically increased by more than 20 folds between 1964 and 2015, with an annual output of 322 million metric tons. This figure is expected to double by 2035 and quadruple by 2050 if no global action is taken. Over the years, the mismanagement of plastic waste is not only contaminating the land, but it is also being released into the marine environment, thereby polluting and threatening the biodiversity and our blue economy. Mismanaged plastics and ineffective waste management is also a source of global emission. According to World Bank, plastic waste accounts for 12% of the total amount of municipal solid waste generated globally in 2016. Only 9% was recycled, while only 14% was collected for recycling. As the most populated nation with the largest GDP in the African continent, Nigeria plastic waste is on the increase. This is based on its increased consumption from 578,000 tons of plastic in 2007 to about 1,250,000 tons in 2017. Therefore, the per capita plastic consumption has grown by 5% annually, from 4 kilograms to 6.5 kilograms respectively. It is estimated that each citizen would consume about 7.5 kilograms of plastic per year. Ladies and gentlemen, in the recent past, Nigeria has continued to display leadership position in Africa by developing various initiatives and partnerships at combating plastics and solid waste pollution. To reiterate the importance of coordinated efforts at the United Nations Environmental Assembly, there was an agreement to work towards developing a global convention on plastics and marine plastics. Currently, UNIDO has partnered with the government of Nigeria through various initiatives. This includes the development of the national policy on solid waste management in 2020, the national policy on plastic waste management, the circular economy assessment on plastics study on available sustainable alternative materials to plastics, and innovative packaging and recycling technologies that meet market needs in Africa to reduce plastic leakages to the environment. UNIDO has also organized various stakeholder workshops, and very recently, the signing of the Japan-funded Circular Economy on Plastic project. The implementation of the project will began since year 2022. Currently, UNIDO is collaborating with donors, development partners, and national stakeholders to effectively support Nigeria and state governments to manage plastics, solid waste, e-waste, and pollution. UNIDO is also upgrading the Nigeria Country Program to Program for Country Partnership based on the request of the President of Nigeria. This provides a platform for cooperation between Nigeria and UNIDO in 6 programmatic areas. One of the program components includes environment, energy, circular economy, and sustainability. It is essential to note that the private sector plays a key role to the success of circular economy implementation in every country. The value chain, including research and development for circular economy solutions, should be led by the public institution in partnership with the private sector. Without such partnership, it will be difficult to achieve circularity in the real sense. Lagos is a progressive state that promotes industrial development. Nigeria cannot successfully advance in its quest for sustainable industrial development without the active participation of Lagos State. This is why UNIDO will continue to explore ways of effectively working with Lagos State to promote inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby reaffirm UNIDO's commitment to working with Lagos State, the Nigerian government, and the private sector towards achieving inclusive and sustainable industrial development without compromising the quality of the environment. In conclusion, I want to reiterate that the outcome of this summit, if well implemented, will substantially contribute to effective management of the environment and socio-economic development of Lagos State in particular and Nigeria in general. On behalf of UNIDO and the European Union, which is also the co-chair of Nigeria Circular Economy Working Group, we congratulate you all. Once again, I congratulate everybody seated here and wish you all a successful deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the representative of Mr. Jim Bakole, the Regional Director, UNIDO. Thank you so much. Mr. Governor, we have a pre-recorded video of the Special Envoy of Netherlands on Circular Economy, Mr. Freek van Dijk. The video will be played right now. the pre-recorded video of the Special Envoy of Netherlands on Circular Economy. Are we set with the video, or we'll take? Okay, the video is not ready, so I will be inviting Mr. Luca Polidori, the Holland Circular Hotspot Director, to come and make his goodwill message. Mr. Polidori, please. Do you have Mr. Polidori's slide? Okay, thank you very much. We'll be stepping down this goodwill message for another time. And on this note, I would like to invite Mr. Bolaji Akimboro, the co-chair, Circular Economy Innovation Partnership. Mr. Bolaji Akimboro, please.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, all very important persons represented here today, I stand on existing protocol. When I was given the opportunity to say a few words as goodwill remarks, I thought for a few minutes that what will I say when you are the person speaking towards the end, when everybody has spoken. The place I would like to start, Your Excellency, sir, is to first offer you my congratulations on the choice of Lagos being the city that is opening up to the rest of Africa the concept of circular economy. I say congratulations to you, Mr. Governor, and I say congratulations to the entirety of Lagos State in particular and to the rest of Nigeria in general. The second thing I would like to say, Mr. Governor, in my goodwill message is that you are a man of the moment. Lagos State is a state of the moment because the world is changing. And Leonie, in our conversation, spoke about that. She spoke about the fact that we extract, we manufacture, we consume, and we dump. And this conference allows us to break that cycle. It allows us to create a new cycle. A cycle that the traditional group that did some dance earlier communicated in a very nice way. They communicated a very powerful concept, and they said plastics in your hand is millions in the bank. But I would like to say it slightly differently. I will say waste that you generate is money in your wallet. We can't break the cycle. And the fourth thing I would like to say is to paint a picture of what is possible. I would like the whole world to know what is happening in Lagos today and in Nigeria very, very soon. We generate a lot of waste as a country, but those wastes allow us to do something very interesting. It allows us to create a new form of economy in Lagos and in Nigeria. So, Mr. Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor, the Speaker of the House, the various dignitaries that are here, I would like to congratulate you for being the pioneers of a new economy, starting out of Lagos to the rest of Nigeria. Many, many years ago, we never heard of an oil sector. Many years ago, we never heard of a banking sector. Many years ago, we never heard of a fintech sector. Today, we are communicating to the world a circular economy sector, and I'd like to congratulate you, congratulate everyone, and wish you well. And then finally, I would like to connect this to the global picture. All over the world, standards are changing, new standards are coming, and Nigeria cannot be left out. So this conference allows us to be part and parcel of the new standards that the world is insisting that businesses must follow. In today's world, we are now connecting financial reporting and sustainability reporting together, and various standards are coming out in the world. And the question of circular economy becomes very, very important. So I want to congratulate you once again, Mr. Governor, for laying the foundation for big businesses that are in Lagos to now be part of being leaders in compliance with those standards. We believe that if they do that well, they'll be able to attract capital that creates jobs. Because ultimately, a government is responsible for the general welfare of the people. And I want to close by saying, Mr. Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor, and Madam Deputy Speaker of the House, everybody here, I would like to wish you well. I would like to wish you good health, and I would like to wish you excellent success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is Mr. Bolaji Akimboro, the co-chair, Circular Economy Innovation Partnership. Thank you so much.
Luxembourg, Scotland, Belgium, Catalonia, North Rhine-Westphalia, and Dublin. Lagos is the first circular economy hotspot event outside Europe and the first one ever in Africa. That's magic! We believe that the circular economy is the only future we have if we want to live within the planetary boundaries. Just looking at waste volumes or the impact of the future expected demand for resources, business as usual, forgive me the wording, is a catastrophic direction. We believe that this transition to a circular economy is essential. For governments, I say, the cost of not acting for society will be much higher than adapting to a circular economy. For businesses, circular economy might present the best business opportunity of the century. It makes so much sense to keep avoiding waste in the first place and keep resources in the loop as long as possible. We can return resources in the same cycle or as input for new value chains. There are many circular solutions like designing out waste, the use of recycled or bio-based materials as input for our economy, or including lifetime extension by repair or remanufacturing or sharing platforms. These examples are not only inspirational and recognizable consumers and citizens, but the transition also leads to jobs, local jobs in Lagos. Furthermore, working on circular economy is working on the climate goals and on the SDGs, not as a cost, but as a business model. It makes sense. The Lagos Circular Economy hotspot event focused on the circular economy dynamics in Lagos, in Nigeria and in Africa. And I say this as a director of Holland Circular Hotspot and as the co-chair of the European Circular Economy Stakeholder Platform. Africa is an essential continent for the future of our planet. And for me, Nigeria is the powerhouse of Africa and Lagos is the economic heart of Nigeria. So we need you to be successful. I've been in Nigeria and I look back with warm feelings. Together with ASEN, our Consulate and Enterprise Agency, and so many Nigerian public, private and knowledge partners, we've helped to set up the Circular Business Platform Lagos, Coalition of the Willing, where words are being transformed into action. And hubs like that, circular economy hubs, can help with awareness raising, networking, capacity building, sharing best practices. But it's more, it's also with mapping, let's say, the potentials, identifying priority sectors, for example, plastics or agri-food, and setting up transition paths and making it easier to get access to financing for circular initiatives of entrepreneurs. I think that Nigeria will have to find its own ways and its own direction for a circular economy. It will not be a copy of Europe's direction. It will be a future for Nigeria that goes beyond awareness and beyond just the obvious waste management actions. A circular economy that includes the omnipresent young generation, where there are so many creative ideas. It's their futures, they're the leaders of the future, they're the consumers of the future. It's also a circular economy that works not against but with the informal sector. And when I look back at Nigeria, when I think back of my last trip to Nigeria, it's the incredible entrepreneurial spirit that's surrounding Nigeria. And I think that's also why we're here, why this event takes place in Lagos, Nigeria. It's because we think that we can define a circular economy future that's driven by and supported by businesses, and that's essential because they are the main actors in scaling up a circular economy. The Lagos Circular Economy event comes at a good moment in time because it can link to the past and can hand over to the future. There's inspiration from previous hotspot events, of course. There's also inspiration for the World Circular Economy Forum in Kigali in Rwanda last year in December, where I happened to be working together with ASEN and also with the Lagos Circular Business Platform. Next year, Circular South Africa will build on your legacy and carry your events further. And I think that in the next days, we will announce the Circular Hotspot event in Africa for 2025. So your legacy will continue to the future. Of course, as Holland Circular Hotspot, we gladly continue to work with Lagos by sharing our hard-learned lessons on all fronts. I do regret not being with you, but I leave you in the good hands of my colleague, Luca Polidori, who is among you in Lagos. I wish you an inspirational event, a fun event, a networking event, and above all, a successful event. We need you to be successful. Thank you.
Mr. Governor, that is the pre-recorded video of Mr. Frick van Heek, the special envoy of Netherlands on circular economy. Thank you very much. We'll now take the Holland Circular Hotspot Director, Mr. Luca Polidori, whose slide is already inputted into the system for him to run through. Please let's appreciate Polidori.
Thank you. Mr. Governor, Deputy Governor, their speakers, their diplomatic corps, Federal Ministers of Environment, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. As I've been well presented, I'm Luca Polidori, and I'm the Secretary General and Secretary and Program Manager of Holland Circular Hotspot. And I'm not here to teach any nonsense lesson, I'm just here to see what we can do in order to collaborate towards the transition together. Now, what is Holland Circular Hotspot? Very quickly, we work with companies, knowledge institutions, and universities in the Netherlands, as well as with public governments, to connect them with the global community. And by doing so, we connect the global circular economy community with each other. We do so by being in a public-private partnership with the Dutch ministries, but also at European level, participating in a strong way to the European Circular Economy Stakeholder Platform. And part of our activities are the support and the initiation of these hotspot events around Europe and the world. So this is our network in the world, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And it's not working anymore somehow. Okay, so everything started with the first circular economy hotspot in 2016. And after the event happened in the Netherlands, we made foundations out of that, which is now Holland Circular Hotspot. And after that, many other hotspots have been realized. 2017 was Luxembourg, then Scotland, Belgium, Spain. We had one in Germany. And this year, for the first year, we are having one outside Europe, which is Lagos. So this is a quite important and historical moment, and I'm very happy to be here. And the fact that the first one is really in Africa, in Nigeria, is a very important moment. So also we are working in Europe to not only have national hubs, but to go deeper, go at more local hubs. So we are going to work on regional hubs, and this approach is the approach we are suggesting our other partners outside Europe as well, because circular economy happens at a local level, and therefore regional and local hubs are also very important. The reason for which the Netherlands are front runners is very quick, and it's because we are a country which more than half underwater, meaning that we realize pretty soon the importance of collaboration in order to face social challenges. And that's what we did in the Netherlands, starting from I think something happened to the slides, but okay, we'll skip that and go to the next point. Yeah, okay, that's what we did. Because we realized the need for collaboration so early, that's what we did from 1975, where we started focusing on collection, and therefore we went up to the first circular economy roadmaps in 2015, also with a trigger from the Circular Economy Action Plan from the European Commission. After that, what happened was that we realized two programs, one for national for focus on national companies and one focus on international companies, which was us. In these programs, as we had priority areas, biomass and food, plastics, manufacturing, construction, and consumer goods, and also different kind of intervention by different kind of stakeholders, from legislation and regulation to, as was planned before, boosting and connecting innovation with the industries. I will try to be quick, but first of all, I wanted to organize and prepare the presentation around plastics because it's probably one of the main priority areas. But when I was at the embassy taking my visa, I went twice, and twice there was this quite important issue of food situation and scarcity that may rise due to the situation in Russia and Ukraine. So I thought maybe it's a good moment to show how the Netherlands, being such a small country, are second globally in exporting of food. We are able to produce so much in terms of value, and that's also applying circular economy and the innovative technologies. And this is something that may be replicated in other countries, such as Nigeria, in order to really work in a collaborative way and not in a way that, generates dependencies. So, I don't know if I am able to start the video with this. Can you click on the slide, please? Are you able to click on the slide? No. Okay, there was supposed to be a small video in here, but it's almost finished. For my last slide, actually, and the message was, we can work on several value chains. We have good examples of, we have best practices in the Netherlands. Of course, one thing that was mentioned in the video is that circular economy does not automatically mean having something of a lower quality. We can also upgrade things, so we don't need to stick to that concept. And the Netherlands are there to make sure that the collaboration will happen in a hand-to-hand, hand-by-hand way, and not in silos and standalone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Luca Polidori, the Holland Circular Hotspot Director. Thank you very much, and we appreciate your presentation. Mr. Governor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will now invite the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Environment, who is also the Zonal Director, Lagos, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Agbenla, to give the goodwill message on behalf of the Federal Permanent Secretary, Minister of Environment.
Mr. Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor, please permit me to stand on the well-laid protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you this goodwill message from the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Ibrahim Yusufu, who could not make it to this program. So, everything that he said now is being said from Mr. Yusuf. I'm so delighted to be invited to be a part of this holistic event taking place here in Lagos, Nigeria. I want to appreciate the Lagos State Government for hosting this first edition of Circular Economy Hotspots in collaboration with African Circular Economy Network and the Circular Economic Innovation Partnership. I recognize that a lot has gone into organizing this event, and I must commend the resilience and the determination of the organizers in ensuring that against all odds, we have a very successful event. And I can assure all our international guests of great time in the city of aquatic splendor. The 2023 Lagos Circular Economy Hotspot presents an opportunity to showcase groundbreaking innovations and initiatives of brilliant innovators. This will also show the world to know what our government, the private sector, and our young people are doing to ensure a smooth transition from a linear economy to a more sustainable circular economy. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this maiden edition, Towards a Circular and Resourceful Economy, the Future Nigeria, is very apt, as the future is indeed here. The country is already preparing for that future through the development of Circular Economy Roadmap Document 2022 to 2030. This has been coordinated by the Federal Ministry of Environment with all relevant stakeholders at the national and subnational level. The concept of circular economy is already gaining traction in developing countries, and all the innovative ideas we see today is an indication that Nigeria is not left out. Nigeria has made steady progress in establishing environmentally sound management of waste through formulation and implementation of the following policies. We have the National Policy on Environment, the National Policy on Solid Waste Management, National Policy on Plastic Waste Management, National Policy on Waste Battery Management. The Ministry also has championed several initiatives, projects, and programs in the following areas: battery recycling and exports, e-waste recycling, PET bottle recycling for industries, refuse-derived fuel to power cement kiln, animal feed production biodiesel, waste-to-energy, and off-grid solutions, implementation of the extended producer's responsibility, organizations established by the Food and Beverages. We also have the Estate Producers Responsible Organization, EPRON, Alliance for Responsible Battery Recycling, ABBA, Waste to Wealth Entrepreneur Program for the empowerment of the most vulnerable groups, that is the youths and the women. As a ministry, we recognize the huge potential in circular economy, and that is the reason we are so excited that the hotspot is coming at a time when the country is going through a challenging transition, which definitely creates an opportunity to innovate. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to welcome you to these 2 days of intense learning, opportunity for networking, exchange of ideas, and incubation of new and viable ideas for sustainable environment. And to all our foreign participants, I say welcome to Lagos in Nigeria. Thank you for your kind attention. God bless you.
Thank you very much. That is the address of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Environment, as represented by Ms. Oluwatoyin Agbela, a Zonal Director of the Ministry in Lagos. We'll take the last goodwill message, this time from the private sector and then from the banking sector as well. From United Bank for Africa, we have Mr. Onyebuchi Akosa, the Chief Information Officer of the bank, to take the goodwill message on behalf of UBA. Please put your hands together for Mr. Onyebuchi Akosa.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand on existing protocols. This is actually one of the best things that I've heard. This is actually something that tells us that excellence lives here in Lagos. Lagos has continued to take the lead in global and sustainable initiatives. Most times we look at the future, and each time we look at the future, we all look technology, we all look at what the future would be, but we also have to look at the sustainability of the future. So we're not just evolving fast, we're evolving right, and it's absolutely important that we do that. And those are the foundational things that if we do, we will evolve sustainably as we move ahead and we lead Africa into the future. The world is evolving. The world is evolving as we understand it. 5G is out. As speed seems to be one of the critical things that we're getting out there, 6G is already on its way. And it's going to give rise to a lot of things that would help the sustainability in terms of the mixed realities of the kind of technologies that are evolving. And some of those things would create every single thing around us to be smart. If the things around us are smarter, they will become more sustainable, they become more responsive. And that is why UBA 6 years ago had actually looked at innovation, have looked at artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the next electricity because artificial intelligence would power everything. And what we've done is that we've looked at artificial intelligence from a conversational point of view, from chat banking, and we're gradually evolving banking to where it should be. So what we have to put on the table is that in that future that is sustainable, we will be in the center of that future, driving value exchange, driving financial services. I thank this initiative, and we're very pleased to be part of this initiative. Thank you very much for taking the front lead. Thank you.